Welcome to Freedom Week at the Inner Strategy. I'm your host, Scott Smith, and this is my short-form podcast where this week we're not just talking about freedom as a flag or a holiday. We're talking about freedom as responsibility, as discipline, and as self-mastery. The founders understood it, the Stoics taught it. It's up to us to practice it. Let's choose freedom every day in every choice we make. Here we are on day 4 of Freedom Week, and I want to talk a little bit about responsibility. See, we often want freedom without responsibility. We often equate freedom as not having to do things that we don't necessarily want to do. And I get that. I do. We feel more free when we don't have things that we absolutely are required to accomplish or required to do. But that's not how freedom works. George Washington said, human happiness and moral duty are inseparably connected. He reminds us that happiness and duty are inseparable and are not opposites, but go hand in hand together. Freedom is not rejecting duty. It's not rejecting things that we have to do. Freedom is embracing those things, choosing to show up, choosing to lead, choosing to serve, even when it's hard. You know, we are struggling with that today. Serving, even though it's hard. Think about how bombarded we are with news and with information and misinformation. Today is Thursday. I'm recording this on Sunday, but this episode releases on Thursday. I don't know what's going to happen on Thursday, but I can tell you, based on what I've seen happening for the last what feels like forever, you're listening to this, you have probably, if you have looked on Instagram or Threads or X or any social media platform, much less news platform, you probably have seen somebody saying, this event that's happening in the world is simply a distraction from these other things that, quote unquote, they don't want us to see or that they want us to forget about. Is that true? Maybe. But is that where we should focus when it comes to freedom? No. No, we have to focus on our duty. We have to focus on showing up, on choosing right things, choosing to serve, choosing to lead. John Adams said that liberty cannot be preserved without a general knowledge among the people. So we need to know, we need to understand our freedom and our liberty, because ignorance breeds dependence. And dependence, that's the opposite of freedom. We don't want to be dependent. We want to be independent. Self-mastery, learning, engagement are not just personal virtues. Those are civic duties, not just personal virtues. So if there are duties that you're avoiding under the guise of trying to be free, if you have responsibilities you're downplaying under the guise of freedom, if you're choosing comfort over contribution under the guise of freedom, you're doing it wrong. That's not freedom. Freedom is self-mastery. Freedom is knowledge. Freedom is learning. Freedom is being engaged. Freedom is stepping into the breach and doing things even when they're hard, sometimes because they're hard. Real freedom is earned through duty, and it's protected by integrity, virtue, and honor. And today, those things, those are duties that are lacking in our world today. Integrity, virtue, and honor. So let us, from a Stoic philosophy, from a Stoic standpoint, stand up and embody those things. Let's embody virtue, self-mastery, integrity, honor. Let's model those for everybody else. And let's lead others by example. Let's show them what freedom really is. Liberty cannot be preserved without a general knowledge among the people. Human happiness and moral duty are inseparably connected. You know, I think that John Adams and George Washington were onto something there. Let's go. Thank you for spending a few quiet moments with me today. Remember this week, freedom isn't given, it's chosen. And it's built every single day in every choice we make. So let's choose well.